This is the Seahawkers podcast, live and uncatfished. I'm Brandon Schultz of the Military Seahawkers as we are celebrating a 19-16 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. The Seahawks get the win in overtime. They do it with a field goal by Jason Myers, able to redeem himself after missing one at the end of regulation. And it takes an interception by Quandre Diggs to get it back after the offense stalls. And here I am. I'm riding solo until Adam and Clinton, Phil Leidick may join us, because we might just roll this right into a Lions versus Packers watch party. So I'm going to get to your comments heavy while we wait for the rest of the folks to arrive. And I see Simon Curtis already chiming in. Why are we like this? Yes, that's an excellent question, Simon. Why do the Seahawks, they have to do it to us? They couldn't just win it in regulation. They couldn't. There were so many other opportunities throughout the game to get things going with the offense. And Geno had a heck of a day, struggling, 2 interceptions on the day. He finishes with the stat line. Now, someone's going to have to do the math to see if he hit quite enough, because he is right at the edge, I think, of 70% completion percentage with 31 passes thrown, 19 completions. So let's see if the first producer can come in and pull that off. I know we have some producers coming in already with Jeremy Green and the 199 super chat. Cardiac kids, just like early Russ days. Yeah, it was, except it felt like it was more Ken Walker getting it done in those final minutes than it was Geno Smith. Now, Geno did hit a nice little pass to Tyler Lockett late in the game that gave him an easy first down, and some good runs by Ken Walker too. He finishes the day 29 attempts, 114 yards, longest run of the day, 20 yards. We also saw some Wildcat on the day, well, early on in the game with DJ Dallas, and then they just went away from it for some unknown reason. But we also have our live executive producer, R Ryan 911, coming in with the 999 super chat. Let's go. What a game. What a season. Hoping we get another opportunity, because you just never know what might happen. We're going to watch and see if these Lions can get it done. I know that Lions fans not happy with us, obviously, because the Lions, they wanted the Seahawks to lose, so then they would have the opportunity to win this game against the Packers and then get into the playoffs. And now, not going to happen for the Detroit Lions. We'll see if ultimately that has an impact on the mood of the players as we roll into this game between the Packers and Lions. Carly Perkins coming in. I'm still mad about that hit on Tyler and still laughing about that hilarious touchback by the Rams player. Some memorable plays in this game, and Carly nailed 2 of them. Yes, Tyler Lockett on the sideline, Taylor Rapp coming in late and hitting Tyler before the ball got there. So it was clearly pass interference because it was a hit before the pass even arrived. Secondly, it hit Tyler in the helmet, so they could have called helmet-to-helmet contact on that play right before the end of the half. Instead, no penalty, but I suppose we still get to see that hilarious play, the touchback as it rolls toward the end zone. I know all of us collectively as Seahawks fans we're willing that ball to go across the goal line, and it just barely crosses for the touchback, and it was pretty fun. All right, we've got a couple more super chats here, and it looks like Clinton is backstage, so I'll get to him in a minute. Barry, a.k.a. Van T, with the $4.99 super chat. Geno, my man, needs to chill, but he made such big plays with his legs down the stretch. So much to unravel with this game, and we're going to get into it. We've got Clinton joining us. I know Adam is en route as well. Tony Ost, go Lions, going to watch this game with a Packers fan. This could get ugly. We don't want it to get too ugly, Tony, but I'm glad there's at least some balance going to be in the room as you, a now new Lions fan, to counteract the Packers fan juju in the room. All right, Clinton Bonner joining us. He's got the victory flannel on. I've got the victory flannel on. The Seahawks get the victory, 19-16. And man, oh man, we have the potential is there, Clinton. This Seahawks team, whether they go to the playoffs or not, they finish the season with a 9-8 record. They get to hand the Rams one of the worst post Super Bowl season in the history of the NFL. So that's kind of fun. And we get 2 wins over those dirty Los Angeles Rams. How you doing, man?
Oh, I am fired up, Brandon. I am fired up. This is the victory flannel. It's a Honolulu blue victory flannel. Got it at Christmas. It's new and fresh. Cheers to everybody out there. Let's go, Lions. Let's go. That was great. I'm fired up, dude.
I see in the private comments between us, you were saying best touchback ever.
Yeah, I thought I was in the regular comments. I was in the private comments. I'm trying to get my Xfinity over here. I got the backdrop. I got a beer. I'm a little scrambled, but that's okay. That game was a little scrambled. Holy Hannah. But who cares? Who cares? We won. Let's go. We win. Who cares how you win? Who cares, right? You get the big plays when you got to get the big plays. We make the big. Hey, Brandon, I love Quandre Diggs, but I was mad at Quandre Diggs. Were you mad at Quandre Diggs for a brief second?
Oh, why would I be mad at Quandre Diggs? Because he faked it out to the point that the announcers thought that Van Jefferson was wide open downfield, and then he just picks it. It like comes from nowhere out of the screen like Superman, and just snatches the ball out of the air. And you want to be mad at him for that?
Yes, because listen, that's the play of the game, right? We win because of that game. We win because of that play. What was he doing? Like, go field. He's got like 20 yards, 30 yards. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter.
He got the interception. That's what matters.
I guess. Listen. And then Geno and then Walker. Holy crap, right? I mean, Parkinson with that big play earlier to set it up. It was just. Hey, when we needed the biggest plays, we got big plays, and the defense held them to 16 points, right? So Another pretty good effort, I think. Yeah, man, I'm excited.
Pretty good effort overall. Adam making a good effort to get all the gear necessary to come on the show tonight. Adam, how are you feeling?
Well, a little better now that I had a little adventure in Best Buy to make this happen here, but. What a wild effing game, man. This crazy all the way down to the end. I don't know exactly what all you guys have already talked about. I'm sure it's a ton, but, you guys were just touching on the Quandre thing and, showing the ball to Bobby, and you're just like, no,
go, run.
Yeah, and then you just down the stretch here after the Geno hit and, DK losing his crap again with Ramsey, like, now is not the time, hombre. Like, fight him in the parking lot. I don't care, but just not right now.
Well, the thing was, after the game, it showed the two guys, giving each other love after the, I think there's a mutual respect there, and it's just they keep all of the competition to right there on the field, and they're so dang competitive, those two guys, that maybe it gets out of hand from time to time. But I think part of that, DK obviously wanting to protect his quarterback. I know there's a lot of question around whether or not that should have been called with the way that Ramsey, obviously with the way that Ramsey led into him with his shoulder. I thought so, but I think there's other people who think that, the game should just be physical and you should let them play. They might have a different opinion, but still, I was glad. I thought it was the right call. Obviously, you saw Geno go down, fortunately able to get back in there. Did he even need to come out for a play after that? I don't. No. I think he was out there for the very next play
for a bit because there was the flag and they were kind of figuring things out. Then he made it back out. There was no Drew Lock on the field.
I didn't think so.
One thing I want to call out pretty quickly is a couple of weeks ago when Geno got tackled along the sideline. I was like, well, he started the tackle in bounds. I thought it was fair play. This one, the announcers are like, well, I don't know. Geno's running into him. Yeah, but he's out of bounds. So like even if Ramsey doesn't know he's out of bounds yet, you got to know that's your responsibility as a ball player. He's straddling out of bounds and hits the quarterback. That was clear as day. So just want to let you guys know that where I saw one, no, he's still in bounds. This is to me binary. He's out of bounds. That's 15 yards. Deal with it.
Yeah, that first one Clinton's talking about a couple weeks back, that was a penalty. He's wrong.
Love it.
And then this was a penalty too. I mean, Geno had a foot out of or 2 feet out of bounds. If you look now, it was tough because he was tight roping it, right? Like half his foot was out and all that. But he'd already taken 2 steps out of bounds, takes a third step, and Ramsey sees him.
Yes, exactly.
Like you
and he leaned his shoulder into him. Like, he had intent there. It wasn't just the normal. That's the way they've been calling it all season long. Whenever it's close on the sideline, the Seahawks have been dinged by it with Uchenna Nwosu a couple times, making hits just right there on the boundary, and they always seem to defer to the offensive side pretty consistently. So
we have had some bad luck with calls this year. Today was good luck with calls because DK should have been flagged for sticking his fingers in Ramsey's face mask after that, and also hitting him in the head or shoving him or something like that. Can't be doing that. That's almost always flagged.
Yeah.
Quandre should have been flagged. And then the running into the kicker call was bogus. That was a terrible call.
That was Dixon catching the defensive lineman and gently lowering him to the ground to incur that flag. Simon Curtis has a good question here, because at the end of the game, it's third down. The Seahawks, they're in field goal range, but it is only third down. And so Simon asking, can anyone tell me why we went for a field goal on third down? Do you get to go again? And yes, the reason why they do it, if it's a bad snap, then Michael Dixon could just cover up the football. You'd have to move 7 yards back and re-kick the field goal then from where the punter laid down on the ground. But the reason they do that is if it happens to be a bad snap, then the punter can just decide, okay, I'm gonna fall on the football. We'll try this again, hopefully get a better snap and kick the field goal from there. And after the way that things have been going with the field goals all dang day, and Jason Myers missing to the right and hitting the field goal post, and when I say missing to the right, he was just consistently trailing off the ball to the right side, and it was like Blair Walsh flashbacks, wondering if he was actually aiming for that right post the entire day, because he seemingly wanted to hit it. He finally did it in the end of regulation.
Yeah, so I think the reason he was pushing them all to the right was because it was wet and slippery. He wasn't planting hard on his plant leg and just kind of trying to guide it in with his foot. And so when you do that, like, you can't get around on the ball. It's a lot like a golf swing, right? And so your foot's going to be late and your hips are going to be open and you're going to push it every time. Before he kicked that long field goal, or what was it, 40 some yards to try to win it?
46.
I was like, oh, he's missing this right. Like,
well, they were already lined up on the right hash.
Yeah. I had the same feeling. You know, I'm just sitting there like, I was shaking. This game had me shooken, all the shakes. And I was with you. I'm like, he's been pushing it right all day. And then off the foot, you're like, no. It starts the curve back, but hey, got the game winner when he had to. I want to ask you guys, given a couple of weeks ago when Lockett was like deemed that he broke his freaking finger, broke his something, right? I mean, it's half ask and half just like Lockett's game to come back again, get open deep again, get open over the middle. Just what can we say about freaking Tyler Lockett now in year 8? Where is he in your guys' pantheon of Seahawks at this point? Because he keeps moving up for me.
Well, you didn't even mention the Steve Largent Award winner that was given out at this game, too. I mean, not only is he one of the Seahawks greats in terms of statistical leaders at the receiver position, he's just a good dude. And so, yeah, he's absolutely among my favorites as receiver. And I want to continue to see him play for many, many years. So I don't want to talk about him in the sense that he's nearing the end of his career, because he's got at least 3 years left.
Yeah, he's got 30 years left. That's good.
30. By 3, I meant 30.
Yeah, Tyler had a huge game in this game, and it should have been huger. It seemed like Gino was locked on DK this game a lot and tried to force him a lot of balls.
Agreed.
And oftentimes it was on plays where they would use DK and Tyler in tandem to put a defender in conflict. And more often than not, Gino would come off of Lockett, who was often running the shallower route. And he missed Lockett wide open a handful of times. And, I don't know if you guys talked about it at the beginning, but I feel very fortunate to have just survived this game as a team, considering it was maybe Gino's worst game of the year.
It was a rough game statistically for Gino, 19-31. I asked somebody in the chat, I don't know if I missed it, but I'm really curious because he's right at the cusp of it was so bad that he may have had enough incomplete passes to just barely be under that 70% threshold for the season. I mean, it's still an incredible statistic for him either way to be at 69.9% if that's what he ends up being there. And Tyler Lockett, while we're talking about some of the statistical things that folks passed in this game, Lockett goes over 1,000 yards. So they have Lockett, DK, and Ken Walker, all three of them going over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Walker already had it, but he ends up getting 1,000 yards on the ground too. So very cool statistically. And I suppose we probably should talk more about the defense, though, considering that they did well enough to hold the Rams to 16 points on the day, despite a 104-yard rushing day by Cam Akers.
Real quickly on that part too, 3 points in the second half and overtime, and the Rams got the ball, right? It was 13-6 at halftime, right? So 3 points is 3 points. I know this ain't gangbusters. It's not the 27 Yankees coming up to bat here, but who cares? It's just that's a big who cares for me. Akers got his, and everything else was A-okay. Plus, I think there was enough consistent pressure on Baker. What, we have 4 or 5 sacks?
It was still hit or miss, kind of how it's been all year. Baker ran himself into pressure a couple times, had a few busted plays. It was, I'm not going to say a great performance by the defense, but the defense carried the day. They really did. Right. And I really thought Alexander Johnson had a nice game. Do you guys know Alexander Johnson?
Do you
recognize him out there?
Big AJ guy for life. Yeah.
Was he the dude that was wearing the number in the 30s or something?
34.
34, right? Yeah. I was wondering who that was.
He had a bloody elbow. I saw that.
Yeah, he played the run really well. He had some really good run fits and saw him flash.
5 sacks. 5 sacks on the day. So I did confirm it for you, Clinton.
5 sacks is pretty damn good, right? We'll take that any game, right? So not too bad.
All right, real quick before I get to the stat number crunching. We've got Samuel Gelber coming in with a super chat. 1916, the dollar amount for the win. 19 points for the Seahawks. Yes, for the year of the Easter Rising. Thank you.
I love it.
Thanks, Sam.
I love it.
That's awesome, Sam. Thank you a ton. Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. I wanted the watch party. I was like, if we get to the watch party, it's like, you ever hear like the psychology of like runners who like really run? They don't think about the whole thing the entire time. They just milestone it, like milestone. To me, it was like, get to the watch party and see what happens. So we're freaking here.
Jacob Haas in the chat says, just give him the 70%. He earned it.
Round up.
Yeah. He earned it for that hit. I mean, it was a heroic run by Geno. He did a lot with his legs, especially in the second half, which really helped things out. Ken Walker, he had a really nice game. I thought he had a handful of really crafty runs. Looked great. The idea that he finishes the season with 1,000 yards rushing, considering how many games until he really began to start? What was it, 4 or 5?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was probably game 6 even.
Yeah. And then he had, what did he miss when he missed like a game and a half, right? In the middle there as well. Something like that. Was it 2 games? So he pretty much put together 1,000-yard season in what was probably like 11 or 12, actual full starts, I'd say, something like that. Right. So not too shabby. And he had 9 rushing touchdowns because he didn't have one today. Right. So not bad. Real good.
69.8% Geno Smith's completion percentage after today's game, I think.
Round it up.
Yeah, good enough for a winning record on the season, boys. 9-8. Like that's pretty cool, especially considering just everything going into this.
Yeah, no, and that's not to take anything away from Geno. It was just to hit that milestone, to have him be among such elite company, to make it over 70%. I was rooting for him there, but he does get, with the 213 passing yards on the day, he does become the Seahawks all-time season passing leader for a single season. So we can congratulate Geno for that.
Yeah, the other thing I thought that was hilarious about those stats I brought up about all the things that he had bested Russ in this year was attempts. That one cracked me up because, I mean, the whole reason that Russ wanted out of here was he wasn't getting enough attempts. I mean, you think about his most prolific year, and Geno still threw the ball more than he did. I mean, that's got to be a little bit of heat, just with like a middle finger pointed at Denver. Yeah,
a little bit. And speaking of Denver does get the win against the Chargers. They win by 3 points, and because of the Cardinals losing to the Niners, it means the Seahawks drop to pick number 5 in the draft.
Yeah, well, also the freaking Texans coming back to beat the Colts with like no time left also, right? So I think that also We could have gotten the fourth if the Colts had won that game. But we got the fifth pick. 3 would have been better. 2 would have been better. But like whatever. Like I said, I bitched about it going into the day, and then I let it go. And now it is what it is. Now it's for me, like, all go Lions. Let's go win the Super Bowl.
Heck yeah, man. I just like being in position for it. Whether the Lions win or lose, whatever, man. Like, what an awesome year.
Fun year. Carly asks you, Adam, did the curse not work for the Broncos today because it's currently working for the Packers?
I don't know if it transfers quite that way, but I don't know that you need to curse the Packers. I mean, this is a big playoff type atmosphere, and I don't know if you know Aaron Rodgers' history in such games, but it's not amazing.
Simon says it's 1:17 here in the UK, and I'm desperately trying to convince myself to just go to sleep and not watch. Are you going to be able to do it, Simon? I don't think so. I think I saw somebody else saying that it's 4 a.m. or bust at this point, because one, you're coming off the high of the Seahawks win in overtime against the stupid Rams. You aren't going to be able to sleep knowing that this game is on right now. It's not going to happen.
Just take the tablet to bed. And then, if you're not off, you're not off. But, you're watching it. So then you hedge your bets, right?
That's right. Kyle says, we're winning. Griffins are my spirit animal. Got one tattooed on my back. My whole life has led to this. Well, we've got Kyle on our side, everybody.
Yeah. Kyle, send a picture in.
It is now ordained. Yeah.
Yeah. Tweet at it, whatever it is. Send it in. I don't know how you can you send an image back through YouTube? Probably not, but send it in, because I want to see if is it like this, because that'd be amazing. Or is it a traditional Griffin? That's fine too.
See, I love this. This is the way to cross it over. You wear your number 49 Griffin jersey.
Really smart.
Really very smart, Gambling Goat.
Yep, that's the 3-dimensional chess right there by Gambling Goat.
Flocktimus Prime, Lions Country, let's roar. That has to be something they say, right?
Yes, sure. Now they do. It is now, Brandon.
3, boys. It's a big third down for real.
Big third down. Big third down.
It's 17. Goff hands off. No. He is going to come up a yard short.
What do we do?
Kick the field goal. That puts you up 7.
Yeah.
I hear you, but you can win the game with a yard.
Yeah.
No. Kick the field goal. That puts you up 7.
I'm down with a tie. Let's do a tie. I'm fine.
You can win the game right now with a yard.
No. You kick a field goal and you can't lose.
Yeah. Except if they
like
go for
having
2.
a clear eyes. And
I hear
heart.
you. And if
can't lose.
So what are they doing? Because I can't see yet.
Dan Campbell is just staring wistfully into
He's going to call timeout at 1 second, and then we'll know.
First down, game over.
Timeout.
Wow, I would probably go for it.
I think he is going for it. I'm not sure I wouldn't kick it, but I think he is going for it. What do you think, Brandon?
I think it's the right move.
I kind of like the idea.
I got to take my headphones off because I want to watch it and not hear you guys. I'll be right back. You can keep me on, but I want to watch it in real time.
Okay.
For the one, they're going for
they're throwing it.
He completes it. Catfish. Yeah.
They got it. They got
all
it.
the bags of dicks.
They got it. Yes.
We're going to Santa Clara.
I told you to go for it.
We're going to Santa Clara.
Dude, this is amazing.
Santa Clara, here we come.
Playoffs.
I love it. I love it.
The playoffs are real. Gino's going to the playoffs.
They threw the ball on 4th and 1. Holy cow, the Gagoons on Dan Campbell. Those are some monster balls.
Yeah.
Oh, and all the stuff. Dude,
Goff is pointing to the sidelines. He's all fired up. Yeah.
Dude, and they threw the ball. That is balls.
I want to apologize for ever doubting the fact that the Lions could get the win, even though the NFL front office stacked the deck against our Seahawks. I'm sorry. I was wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong.
It's good to be wrong.
Can we fly Marquise Goodwin there for a backflip? right quick? That'd be super cool.
This is so awesome in that Gino has taken our team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
He played all 17 games. Nobody thought he could do it, and he didn't write back.
That's right. When's the last time the Lions have finished with a better record than the Packers?
How about that?
See, that's good motivation to win right there.
And on what if Clinton has just as many wins as the Seahawks and the Lions?
they show Aaron on the screen. He's like, that's cool. I'm going to South America, boys. So it's fine.
Yeah, he's down.
Holy cow. Holy cow. Dude.
You can't lose 3 times in a row to the Niners, right?
Let's go. You know what? It's full on house money. Full on house money. All the pressure.
I mean, I'm not saying I was really impressed with our performance today, but I mean, Pete's going to play Kyle the 3rd time.
I guess my big concern is the offensive line has really wore down over the last like 3-4 weeks, and that now you got to go up against that defensive line.
Their
defensive line's been a little better.
Their defense is kind of weakened a little bit, hasn't it? The Niners haven't. They've kind of wimped out here at the end a little bit.
They never wimp out against us.
Either way, poof, we got a full week. That's great.
Oh, poor Wilson. Poor Wilson. We extended our season by another week, which means he is going to lose the money title on Prop Stars.
Nice.
Tough break for that young man.
I love it. Yeah, for anybody that's on the channel, if you're not listening to PNW Prop Stars, this is not like I'm not begging you because whatever.
It's just plain fun.
It is plain fun. And it's a different way to break the game down, and we have our reasons. And you could place a bet on Tyler Higbee, and you could smash it and not feel bad about it because we don't cover tight ends. And be like, that was easy money. So I'll take Tyler Higbee money.
Well, Carly is right. This was fun watching our Seahawks get the win over the Rams. 19-16 was fun. Watching the Packers lose to the Lions 20-16 was fun. And we are going to...
You know what else is fun, Brandon?
What else is fun?
I want to add this in before you, because I know you're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
But I think we might have just watched the end of the McVay era. We might have just watched the end of the Rodgers era. That's fun. That's really fun.
And I think with that...
There's only one thing left to say.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.